It's like deja vu. I see it all the time. Yeah.
Bel Air Season 2, Episode 7, Under Pressure. Phil and Viv made Carlton and Will some pancakes to congratulate the two Founders Award finalists. Will thinks he's going to be LeBron after getting the Founders Award, and that starts the competition between the two. They clink glasses, but this shit is about to go left, I'm sure, which it did. G and the gang pull up and seemingly meet his son Frederick. Viv is already at the table with him, speaking with him. Jeffrey shakes his hand and says it's so nice to see him. Jeffrey eventually has a meal with him in an attempt to talk with him, but obviously things aren't starting off so well. Frederick doesn't really know what to say because it's surreal to him that his father is sitting across from him. Gotta say, we have never seen Jeffrey this nervous, and it's eerie. It's very awkward.
Yeah, for sure. He's usually very, precise and keeps everybody else on time and on schedule. Yeah.
Smooth and hitmanish.
Mm-hmm. If I ever see this man do this face again, he did that so many times this episode.
That was very off-putting.
Get it together, Jeffrey.
Frederick tells G that he basically thought G was a figment of his imagination and that it was easier to just act like he never existed. Apparently, Frederick has heard stories about G from people that claim they knew him, and he wanted to find out who Jeffrey was for himself. G wants to be completely honest with him. Smart move.
Mm-hmm.
Will pulls up on Jazz and asks about Hillary. Will tries to put in a good word for her, but then implies that there's a possibility that things may get to be too late. He's also playing both sides and telling Coco Jones that she needs to get back with Jazz. After almost fumbling both sides, Jazz calls Coco Jones to plan a date. And I just realized that I called her both Hillary and Coco Jones.
Hillary and Coco Jones. Yep.
Her name is Coco Jones.
Well, for the purposes of the review, her name should be Hillary.
Coco Jones.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, no. Will being a matchmaker it makes the most sense because he knows both people.
Yeah.
Probably the most common friend between them two.
Considering he's a man who doesn't have his own shit together, probably not the best person to do that, but
well, you know what? Sometimes people who ain't got it together give the best advice. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. James meets with Phil, and James from the law firm meets with Phil, and Phil tells him to have a seat, which James declines. James states that everyone at the firm is getting nervous. Phil says he's working on getting the business back, but needs some time to work it from all angles. James calls him out on his bullshit, and Phil asks for James to trust him.
Hey, I ain't seen Phil talking to that client in a couple episodes. He ain't even asked about the client.
You know?
He ain't set up no more meetings, no more lunches. He ain't hit up old girl about the client. He been real, you know what I'm saying, about the client. He been trying to figure out what's going on with old girl. Phil sliding down a dangerous path right now.
Yeah.
He playing around. He's playing with fire.
It's payback for Michael Ealy, bro.
It's definitely payback for Michael Ealy, but he's still fucking around. He gonna find out in a minute. His wife going through this whole awakening thing where she trying to be powerful and make her voice heard. She gonna make her voice heard all over your ass. You keep fucking around with Erica.
Damn. Speaking of which, Janice emails Viv more negative reviews of her art show, and Viv is freaking out about it. Despite only having 50,000 followers, Coco Jones got almost 750,000 likes on her mom's anonymous painting. Coco Jones is about to get her mom into the Instagram game.
I guess they did a decent job of playing up the fellowship in the first season. Mm-hmm. I'm just struggling to understand why it's such a big thing now, because it just seems like a bunch of art shows that you don't really have any control over what's seen in them, but they get to slap their name on it. So it's like, why was this so important to have again? Why was this such a big crux or such a big crossroads last season when basically all it is you making art for people who don't want to see what you have to say, which is kind of why you stopped doing art in the first place. Yep. Why? What was the point? So yeah, the very obvious thing of, hey, how about you just promote yourself on social media and book shows yourself?
Yeah. Yep.
Because Viv has never heard of Instagram.
Drug dealing Connor is back to give Carlton shit on his nominee table.
Yo, fam. Why isn't this boy been expelled yet?
You know
He
what I
just walk
mean?
around the school carrying drugs. I feel like he says several racial epithets a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, why hasn't this kid been relocated yet?
I don't know. Drew is apparently just now talking to Lisa about getting obliterated by Carlton. Fam, not only did
No,
you
he had
get
to get
dropped,
out a couple of weeks.
not
He
only
had
did
to
you
get
get
out a
dropped,
couple of
but
weeks.
that was like 3 episodes ago. Where have you
He
been?
had to get at some time. Bro, you not just about to run back up in that girl face after you got beat down.
But you go to
And
school
she left with
together.
him too.
But you
And
go,
she
yeah,
left with him too.
he needs to take an L. But they go to school together. Like they see each other every day. You're
Fam,
just now
fam,
talking.
fam, fam, fam. If you took a girl on a date and then some dude beat you up and left with your girl, would you go talk to her at school the next day?
No, I'm gonna try to avoid
Would you talk
her.
to her for the next month?
I will try
Would you
to
even
avoid
speak
her.
to her?
I would try to avoid
Like
her
the
at all
plague.
costs. But
Like
then,
the plague.
right. But then now he's like, oh, we need to talk. No.
Because enough time is kind of, it's the went down. We good now. So,
Nigga, no.
everybody cool with Carlton. We playing nice. Can I get back?
No, fuck that. Phil is showing up at his old side chick's lawyer's firm, and after admitting to him that she knows how to get what she wants, Phil meets with the top leadership of her firm. Homegirl thinks her shit is sweet because she got partners from all around the world. Phil admits to putting his life's work into his firm, and they say they want to bring him in as an equity partner and already is willing to give him a team and allow him to go at some of the social justice reforms that he wanted to implement as DA. He wants to know what the catch is, and they had already sent him an offer to his email with no catches in it. Considering his life's work has gone to shit when he left, and this company is throwing everything at him, one would think he would eat this up, which...
Okay. This is the one question I would ask myself, because this is the sweetheart's deal of all sweethearts deal. You give me everything I want before I even ask for it with no catches, right? Here would be the one thing that I'm asking. Before my ex-girlfriend started working here, I never even had any contact with this firm. Even post-election, there was no interest until she got hired, right? So, is this the firm that wants me here this bad? Or is it her that pushed for me to be here this bad? And that's why we're getting this immaculate offer before I've even shown any interest in having a position here. It's very odd.
She knows how to get what she wants. She said so herself. And so she said, hey, y'all, roll out the red carpet for my soon-to-be man.
This boy Phil is pedaling with his hands in shark-infested waters.
Yes.
And he's doing it gleefully because he's so excited that he doesn't even realize that the chances of him having his hands bitten off are just, seconds away. But he's so damn happy splashing, he don't even see what's going on around him.
Yeah. Yep.
I pray for him. I pray for him in his situations to come.
For sure. After drug dealing Connor and drug abusing Carlton give parts of their spiel about why they should win the award, Will runs into the room as he's apologizing for being late and tries to set everything up. A girl asks him his thoughts on the history of the Founders Award, and he's trying to break out his Spark Notes, and since he can't find them, he wings it. Realistically, instead of everyone giving him side eyes and crooked smiles while letting him talk, those kids probably should have stopped paying attention when he said he didn't know.
Hey, yo, before she asked to put it in the context of, the principles of the award, when everybody was like, I was like, this is some bullshit. This is trash. This is trash. Carlton had the better presentation. He had the better reason for wanting to win the award. He understands what the award was. This fool over here trying to get y'all to cry so that you'll give him some sympathy votes. Get out of here. And then, she came back and she corrected it. I was like, okay, cool, we all right, because we was going off the tracks for a minute. I was like, oh, you dumbasses in here shaking your heads. Stop.
Yeah, no,
cut it out.
That's absolutely wild.
Quit letting people say pretty words to you and make you forget that they ain't talking about nothing. That's why politicians are so popular now.
Yep.
They just be up there pontificating about anything, just giving you flowery language.
Yeah, and lying.
I'm like, Will, fam, did you do any homework at all? Like, do you know? He talking about his mom and it's about what you have inside. No, it's about grades and
and not
extracurriculars
being
and shit.
suspended the day before you get nominated.
You talking about?
Carlton uses Will's fuck up as an opportunity to further prop himself up. That is until everyone gets a text, and lo and behold, allowing Connor to sing Hot Nigga has come back and bit him in the ass.
Yo, I had forgotten that this even happened. I forgot that this even happened, which is probably a testament to the writing and how well they've developed the Carlton character to take us in a different space with him. Yeah. Because when that shit happened, we was all sour on Carlton. It was actually like legitimate like internet hate for the Carlton character. People was mad like Carlton will never know Uncle Tom. It's too woke. This show's super woke. They made Carlton a Uncle Tom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like people was really legit mad about it. So, you know, even though most of those people didn't stay along for the ride to see where we ended up just a season later, sure. They done a good job taking us away from it because I had forgotten that even was a thing.
I did too. My question is how someone got a clean shot of this whole altercation without any of them knowing.
I was like, who is this?
It's right behind Will's shoulder. Like obviously they took.
So did Drew play lacrosse or what is he? Why was he in the athletic locker room to be able to get this video? Well, I guess I just gave away who it was, but.
Well, I mean, I guess technically it didn't have to necessarily be him. He just had to retrieve the video from that person.
See, when it happened, when it first got posted, I thought it was old girl. I thought it was old girl that nominated Will.
Oh yeah, I kind of thought.
I was like Yasmin or was it Jasmine or Yasmin?
Yasmin. With a Y.
Yasmin.
Yeah, I thought that too.
I thought it was her.
I did too. But yeah, how somebody got a clean shot right above Will's shoulder. Like obviously they took the literal clip of the show and put it as the clip, but if that was real, somebody would be like, who the hell? Somebody would have seen them recording all that shit, but you know.
Yeah.
Phil and Viv discussed the deal and bro is excited. Viv don't like no other woman making her man that excited. Phil explains that he may have to take the deal, which, I mean, you don't. You put your life's work into this other firm. Maybe you should focus on making that thing, that a whole thing again.
Maybe, and this is just a thought, after you have a wife, you know, couple kids, an adopted nephew, pretty much. This is just the way that I would probably handle it. It's not how everybody handles it. You know, everybody's different. But maybe you avoid ever being in a room with your ex ever again.
Especially when she knows how to get what she wants.
Because the life you have now, plus a woman that you used to be with, is utter chaos together.
Yes.
So why he's even entertaining the idea of a permanent work situation where you will be seeing this person day in, day out, in private, in places where Vivian is not, is utter chaos. I don't want it. I don't want to even know how it goes. I don't want any parts of it. I don't know what's wrong with Philip. You know, like maybe he's just riding this high so much that he doesn't even realize that, like, hey, yo, your wife is going to be an interesting saga when your coworker is your ex. By choice, not by circumstance, but because she sought you out, gave you the best offer possible, and you jumped at it at the first opportunity. Ooh.
Wild.
Yeah, I smell some sessions coming, boy. I smell some therapy sessions coming.
Some red table talks, maybe?
Yeah, for sure. How did that make you feel when I went back and I started working with my ex that I had been with for years before you? How did that make you feel?
Let's unpack this. Drug dealing Connor walks up to Carlton and says that he just withdrew his name. Fam, Carlton didn't want to talk to you before this situation popped up. He damn sure doesn't want to talk to you now.
So you mean your mom is a board member at Yale? Why don't you go home and smoke weed or snort coke or whatever else? Why are you even here?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
You this damn Founders Award? It's probably your family's name on the award. You don't need to win this.
No. After Carlton calls him out for said privilege, drug dealing Connor says, and I quote, "You should have called out your cousin, nigga."
That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
He said that.
That's not what he said.
He didn't say the hard R, but he said nigga. Nigga.
He didn't say.
He said nigga.
He did not say that.
The problem is everybody was in plain sight. So like Will couldn't have possibly sent that text because they would have seen him going like, "Oh, I got something for you, Carlton."
I mean, the timing was convenient, but yeah, again, we would have seen you. Like, we would have saw you messing with your phone right when we all got the. First of all, you know what I've never understood about this type of scene in movies and television? The spontaneous viral moment where everybody's notifications just start going off. Unless y'all in some massive group chat that everyone in the school is included in, that doesn't exist.
Thank you.
That it clearly doesn't exist.
Thank you.
The fact that it went that viral that quickly. What kind of chainmail system you got set up, bro?
Now,
what app did you post this to?
At the end, they say it was airdrop, but even with airdrop, it tells you where it came from. It doesn't just say.
It will tell you exactly who sent it. It's gonna tell you whose album it is.
Like, what are you talking about here? So they go home, and Viv and Phil can hear them bickering. And the second Carlton admits to what was in the video, Phil and Viv looked like Carlton grew a whole second head. They were like, "You said what?"
It was like, what? You let him say what?
Carlton snitches on Phil and tells everyone the reason Phil gave for showing Will more love.
Hey, I was like, I can see the conversation spiraling at that point. Well, you told me Will don't focus, so that's why you got to give me more help. I was like, we going down a rabbit hole.
Yep. Will also snitches on Phil for saying that he shouldn't go for the award, something Viv didn't know about. And then Will states that he wouldn't have gone for it if it weren't for Doc believing in him. Phil goes gangster and says, and I quote, "We'll see how much he believes in you when I stop putting money in his bank account every month." Will says he'll just take care of himself, but hold on, homeboy. If Phil ain't paying, you ain't playing.
You ain't playing nowhere.
So, like, what are we talking about? Where are you going? You're not going anywhere.
I mean, again, I wish Phil would acknowledge, even to the slightest degree, even if he knows homeboy is not an honest actor. He knows Doc is not an honest actor. But I wish he would at least acknowledge the positive things that Will is getting from it.
Sure.
Because then it registers to Will like, okay, he's looking out for me just like Doc is.
Yeah.
Right now, everything Phil's trying to do is coming off his control. Everything he's trying to give Will's coming off is, oh, you trying to make me like you. You trying to mold me into a little mini Phil, right? And Doc is like me, and he wants me to be me, but he wants me to be successful. So like, I'm gonna mess with that.
Right.
So Phil could be doing himself a lot more favors by at least like acknowledging like, oh yeah, that's cool that he got you into the Founders Award. That he's right. You know, it is good for colleges. Just make sure you keep everything the way that we discussed it, and you know, make sure you straight.
For sure.
And that's it. Yep. But the Denzel Washington speech, after everything we did for you, nigga, you gonna say that shit to me? You gonna do this shit to me? I'm like, hey, yo, Phil turned into Denzel real quick.
He did, for sure.
He got mad, but it's just because he doesn't trust Doc, and anything that come out of Doc's mouth, anytime Will be like, ooh, Doc said, he ugh.
Yep. As he should.
Mm-hmm.
I am your de facto father. Listen to me, not Doc.
Essentially.
Coco Jones and Jazz are on their date, and Jazz has taken her to her favorite restaurant. Bel Air has gone this entire episode without giving Ashley a line and without saying Simply Spiked. Unfortunately, they decided to cave to Simply Spiked instead of Ashley.
Oh my God, yo. Like, the fact that Simply Spike got a name drop in here and we didn't even see Ashley's face is insane. It's criminal.
Literally, the second I heard Simply Spiked, I'm like, we ain't heard from Ashley at all this episode. Yikes.
Like, they, for the life of me, they will not just say, man, you just signed your new business deal. I'm proud of you. Or like, congratulations on signing the deal. That means they'd be like, yeah, Hillary, I'm so proud of you on signing your deal with Simply Spiked. I'm so
That's exactly how they do it every time. They give a pause right before and a pause right after for like a millisecond. Your Simply Spiked deal.
Hey,
That's how they do it every
simply
time.
all up through this thing. They all up through here. I know they paid for it too. Good for them.
Whew. Will leaves practice and the two losers from the team fan out over his whip. Now all of a sudden these niggas want to be friends. For some reason, this nigga Will does not have his antenna up, which I thought that was going to lead to something and it didn't. And I'm kind of upset
Well,
about
I can easily see how that situation can go left. That's basically, life of a black man driving in America.
it. You know what I mean?
But
Especially three of you in the whip.
yeah, no, it didn't go the way we thought it was gonna go. So great. We're gonna get that scene later with Carlton in the Lamborghini.
Yeah, probably. Frederick
No, it was in the promo for the season. We'll get it later.
As soon as I said probably, I was like, oh yeah, it was in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Frederick is looking around, seeing Jeffrey have all these family moments with Carlton and Will. G walks in and invites Frederick to one of his favorite English pubs. Now, all of a sudden, Frederick want to head back home. G asks him what's wrong. He then explains that the Banks family got all the best of Jeffrey, but he couldn't spend time with his son. Frederick states that he doesn't hate Jeffrey, but he just doesn't know him, and maybe they should leave it at that. Or maybe you should get your trips worth while you're here.
Quick side note. Definitely should have got your trips worth. But side note, that's Cyborg from Doom Patrol.
He looks familiar. Now,
Jeffrey's son is Cyborg from Doom Patrol.
I haven't seen that show, but I know I've seen him from somewhere, and I'm pretty sure I've seen him on promo page.
I thought that looked like him in the picture last week. I didn't know for sure, and I didn't want to embarrass myself, so I didn't say it. And then I seen him walk in, I was like, "Yeah, that's Cyborg. That's it. That's it."
Tony Robinson said, "Oh, go ahead."
Go ahead. No, go.
Tony Robinson said they left Ashley on another set with the lights off.
Looking around like, I told you, bro. They gonna make Ashley go upstairs one time, and she's never gonna come back down.
Facts.
It's like they're gonna be like, Ashley, go to your room. And then the next time we hear about Ashley, they're gonna be like, yeah, she's doing great in college. We're gonna be like, what the what? Huh? Yep. College?
Yep.
I'm telling you, she's gonna disappear.
I can see it. Jackie shows up drunk as hell, or should I say, the actress playing Jackie does a terrible job at acting like someone who's drunk. Because
shit.
No. That acting was
bruh, Jackie looked like every drunk white girl I've ever seen at a party, for sure. That acting was awful. I thought it was awful. You ain't never seen nobody act like that when they get too drunk?
Maybe because I've seen that happen so often, I can tell when it's real and when it's not. Just saying.
I'll leave that there. Anyway, I have seen that for sure. All extra handsy, real irritable when they don't get their way. Like all of that. That's drunk behavior right there.
What she was saying, yeah, and how she was kind of moving around, but it was like in her face and like when she would try to make like drunk eyes and she was like rolling her eyes and doing stupid shit.
Okay.
Like, okay,
to be fair, pretending to be drunk and actually being drunk, you can't. It's not perfect. It's not seamless. It's not seamless.
I know.
Like maybe I feel like even actors playing a drunk person get drunk to play the drunk character.
I think she overdid it. I think she maybe should have chilled out a little more. Maybe it'd have been a little more believable.
She drinking Bombay. She's drinking Seagram's gin.
Yeah, wild.
at a basketball park. Yeah, she's lit.
Sure.
She's through. She's drinking like a hobo. She got a pint of gin that she walking around with.
Sure. Carlton admits that there's no coming back from the video being dropped and being called Yeezus Reincarnated. He realizes that
they could have left that one out. That was a cornball joke.
That was a little much. He realizes that
it's a lot more. It's a lot better examples of Uncle Tom's that y'all could have threw in there. That's not Kanye West. I could have did without that one.
Will tries to get Jackie to calm down, but that seems to be impossible as she's doing her worst acting job of the season. Jackie calls some girl's mom a bitch, and Will separates the two. That's when Jackie said,
girl's mom.
The girl was like, "Oh, whatever, bitch," and then she was like, "I don't see your mom around."
Oh yeah. Okay. I was about to say I ain't see nobody's mama out there. I get it.
That's when Jackie says, "You don't know shit about me, Will. Well, we all know that you dance and you work for your uncle in more ways than one. What the fuck else is there? What else is there?"
No, she feeling guilty about what she actually there to do. She's a secret agent. She there to throw that thing around Will to keep him focused on the AAU circuit and away from his uncle in Bel Air.
Yeah, but is that something to get super duper drunk over and try to distance yourself from him?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, if she feels like a piece of shit, because she is.
She is. Jazz and Coco Jones agreed to go back to the way things were, and that's when the waitress's hating ass decided to let him know that his card declined right in the middle of them kissing. That's some hating ass shit.
First of all, swipe my shit 3 times before you come back to me and talk to me about my shit not working.
Thank you.
Before you even come out your mouth and be like, sir, before the sir come out your mouth, you better have swiped my card 3 times.
And then
you better be positive. Because if I get on this app right now and I see that there's money in here, I want to see a manager. I want to see your manager right now.
He says, "Can you try it again?" She goes, "Do you have
another card?
No, run this card again."
Said, run it again.
Run it again.
Run it back.
What is wrong with you? Did you not hear me the first time when I said?
Don't make me get loud in here, lady. Now, honestly, he didn't have to. He could have. It could have been like a bubble up to that. Like I felt like he was on 10 right off jump. Like
he was.
But you say I ain't got no money? Look, I got money. I got money.
Facts. Coco Jones gives the waitress her card, and of course, this has to start some hostility between them.
Hey, look, take the embarrassment, sis. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying that it ain't, the problem of the man in that situation. Just take the advice and take the embarrassment. The embarrassment, you can, leave the restaurant and never have to deal with it again. That fight on the way home over you paying for the meal.
It was her favorite restaurant.
Okay, we're going to take a month or 2 off and then come back. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I hear you on the advice, but yeah, I think that's the argument.
Hey, take the embarrassment, sis. Like, just for a minute. Let him get his shit off. Because the only thing you cannot do in that situation is, I got it. And he didn't ask you to do.
Yeah, facts. But also, Jazz, you're grown. Have a debit and a credit card, or another debit card. Have something else too. Maybe have some cash on you.
Hey, it is the card. Hey, that was nuts.
You know what I mean?
This is the card, and like screaming it throughout the whole restaurant.
Just some financial advice, like have something else, maybe.
Another card? This is the card. This is every dollar that I own.
You're a grown man now. This is not 20 years old sneaking into the bar and you only have one card.
I'm like, hey, brother, I understand you upset. Keep that down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You feel me? Especially since he has a business. Bro, have a business debit card. Something.
First of all, we definitely not swiping meals for Hillary on the business expense card.
We don't want to.
That's about to get y'all fired.
No. It's your business. You're not gonna get fired from your own business.
Okay, well, there's a reason why people fire people from doing that. Stealing from yourself ain't no better.
That's not stealing from yourself. You just once you get this debit card situation figured out, you just transfer it from your personal back into your business.
Yeah, most people ain't gonna do that. If it's paid for, it's paid for, and you forget about it.
I don't know about that. I've seen some people swipe some crazy shit on their business debit card.
No, that's what I'm saying. But once you swipe it on the business debit card, most people ain't going back and trying to cover the charge.
Oh, no.
You swipe it and you're done. You think it's going to be buried in the transaction.
If you want to be responsible about it, you could do that.
Sure.
Will drops Jackie's drunk ass off, and Doc doesn't even seem fazed by it. Doc tells Will to hang on for a second. He comes out and says that he appreciated that he looked out for her. He states that she has her demons and then gives this sob story about how he raised her. This would be a decent scene if I liked Doc or gave a shit about Jackie, but I don't.
No, it didn't hit for me emotionally because he said all that shit. I basically raised her and I'm trying to make sure she don't have to pay for her mama's mistakes. But you're using her as coochie bait for your basketball players, which is trash.
Yep.
Which is trash. I'm not on it. I'm not with it. So the hell with all of that. Oh yeah, I did the right thing and I raised my niece.
Yeah. Nah, I didn't feel for that scene at all. Will then offers up the information about what got him to Bel Air from Philly because he trusts Doc. Bingo.
She said now. Oh, you thought Jackie you had demons? Oh, she ain't got no more demons. Now I'm gonna hook her up because she got it. I'm good. I'm in there now. I got the info. I got it.
Okay, Will. Phil gets a car for Frederick and then attempts to get him to stay. Apparently, Jeffrey's got so much clout in England that he stopped gangs from accepting his son while in America.
Hey, yo. They might just have to give us like a Jeffrey prequel spinoff
Please do.
to show us how Jeffrey was moving in England back then that made him have to run away, but still have enough clout to make sure the gangs don't recruit his son, who was mixed up in the system. He had no idea where this boy was going to land.
Yo, that shit was crazy. Jeffrey, Gangs of London.
Jeffrey is MI6, bro.
I know. On top of keeping bro's family fed when they lost their jobs for a whole year. Bro,
first of all,
what is
Phil, what kind of salary?
Thank you.
What kind of salary are you paying this man?
They got some kind of international syndicate going on with the Banks
Hey,
family.
he hooking Jeffrey. I would never leave the Bankses. I would never leave. I get to stay in this beautiful ass compound. I'm a glorified babysitter. Talking about run the house. Bitch, it's teenagers that live here. Y'all supposed to be running the house. Like, this is cake. This is cake. Let's get to walk around in the sun all day, announce when people come in the house. This is easy. And look what kind of qualifications he needed. He was gang affiliated. No degrees, no work experience. I could go work for the Bankses.
Oh, man. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Apparently,
I would be a better candidate.
He's got
let me get up in there.
He got a better job than the original Jeffrey.
Jeffrey was scrubbing toilets. This Jeffrey up, he getting about at least $250,000 a year.
Gotta be. To put your family up.
Like your whole family. You, your brothers, your sisters, your jobless daddy, your disabled mama,
for everybody. Whole year. Jazz is still mad that Coco Jones ain't let that hating ass waitress run the card again, even though he knew the balance. At this point, fam, maybe you had some fraudulent transactions that you needed to dispute, or I don't know what's going on, but let it go at this point. Hard for him to let it go when he had LaMarcus Alton on the brain, which I understand. I understand.
Why didn't they talk about that, though? Why didn't that come up in the conversation? Y'all should have handled that at the spot.
Yeah, yep.
That was the impetus to all of this. That's what started all of this. Was you inviting your ex down here? You know what I mean? Like, y'all made it through both of the parents' introductions. Y'all got through all of that. And now y'all made it through Ivy and all of that. And now y'all get to this. It's like, why didn't y'all at least bring it up? You knew exactly why he was pissed. Why didn't you say something?
Here's my thing, though. I understand you being upset and this maybe becoming a little bit of a fight. But you said you wanted things to go back to the way they were. She didn't say that. You said that. So then why not let things go back to the way that they were?
And then you want to drug us back in the mud about this LaMarcus stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it was clearly insecurity on Jazz's part. Right? Anytime you bringing up some other man's name in the middle of the conversations with your woman, that just, regardless of what happened, that screams insecurity. So... Yeah. I feel for him because, I mean, hey, far be it on me to tell you to get over it when you're going up against an NFL wide receiver.
Facts.
But
here's my other problem.
You gotta show something, bro. You gotta show her something. Show her why she made the right decision. Because right now she thinking like, hey, yo, I think I might have fucked up because he tripping.
Yeah. Here's my other problem is the way that they ended it was a understanding that maybe they're just on two different levels, which why, Jazz, are you selling yourself so short when this girl...
I don't think that's where it ended, though, because what she says to him is we're not able to get past our differences because you won't. Yeah, because you won't. That's not me. You projecting onto me all of this shit that you're insecure about, and I've never said any of that to you. I've never treated you that way. I've never even acted that way. Regardless of how much money I have, I've never done that to you.
She was rambling off Muslim Snapple top facts like a Wikipedia page for your fucking parents. That's on you.
Yeah, and so like I was expecting him to be like, you know what? Because the trend of this show is quick conflict resolution. Mm-hmm. So I was expecting him to be like, hey, you know what? You right. I'm bugging. Like, I'm just tripping out because I found out that you dated one of my favorite football players, and it seems like he's still sniffing around you. So it's a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But, and then move on from that. He chose to tuck it all down where most men put it, underneath that deep, dark hole where all the emotions go. Right. And he chose to walk out the house. Yep. And, you know, that's how it goes.
A new name, Mike A. Shout out to Mike A. Says Jeffrey's son will always be Cyborg to me.
Hey, yep. Shout out to Doom Patrol.
Tony Robinson said if it was LaMarcus, the waitress would have probably slipped him her number right in front of Hillary, which is a fact. She wouldn't have been like, "Oh, your card declined." She would have gave him the meal for free and then said, "Call me later."
It's on me, LaMarcus. There you go.
Drewski is still hating on Carlton. Clearly, he leaked the video. Seems Will thinks the same thing until Drew obviously admits it. Drew seems to think Will can't prove it, but I feel like, as we said earlier, it's a pretty easy thing to do considering your name just popped up on
you're not about to send out no mass communication. What, you the hacker of the year, bitch? You the one that hit up PlayStation Network, huh? You the one out here stealing credit card information.
Facts.
The hell wrong with you? You know we about to find out. You sent it to everybody in the school. If not, you directly sending it to everybody. Even if you started it out like, all right, I'm gonna send it to y'all 5 and then y'all make it go viral, but we gonna do it at like 12:30. All of that shit has a trail. It's gonna get back. It's going, and plus I already know it was you. You just basically admitted it. Yeah. So now I just have to find the proof.
You know?
You just made it easy on me.
Which the proof is in everybody's notification page. Just saying. The boys are practicing again, and Will gets to run with the ones because Brian hasn't shown up.
Red flag. Brian worked his ass off to get that starting position. Will showed up to practice late yesterday. All of a sudden, homeboy ain't showing up, yep. and he's running with the ones, and Will's running with the ones. Red flag.
Yep. Carlton does an IG live about the video as if the video was fake, or as if the video could have been fake. No, fam, AI isn't that good yet to fake videos of white high schoolers saying nigga and you allowing it.
Hey, yeah, I thought the whole, like, this is not a deep fake video. This is actually like, me. I can confirm it.
We know.
I can confirm that is an authentic video of myself. Okay, Carlton.
But even more great than that, Carlton Odom is back. Carlton Odom. He's back. Hitting the nose candy, hitting the slopes. He's back.
Damn.
He's back.
Well, I mean, obviously we knew it was headed that way. I just thought, it'd be something a little bit more serious. Plus, I thought the way he handled it was showing that he was handling the anxiety, kind of. Yeah. But then, I guess that's where we got to go.
Like
back to Coke Lane with Carlton.
Doing Coke lines after her IG live. What are you doing? Why are you doing?
But you know what's crazy though is that I don't think they know that Carlton abuses drugs.
No, they don't.
I don't think they know about the anxiety, but they don't know that he's a druggie.
Yeah, no facts.
So that they're going to find out, but they're going to find out in an explosive manner, and it's going to be one hell of a show when it happens.
Episode 10?
Maybe, probably.
They need something considering.
They'll probably continue to build. Will might win the Founders Award. That'll set him off. He'll go on a bender.
Yeah, Carl. I mean, Will might win it, but that's fucking stupid, and I hope it doesn't happen. But like, there isn't other people in this as finalists. It just has
it's like there's a list of potential valedictorians at that school, but the only viable candidates are Carlton, Will, and Riff Raff.
A drug dealer, a drug abuser, and a kid who literally just got suspended.
Mm-hmm.
Good going, Bel Air Academy.
Kid Rock, Will Smith, and Martin Lawrence.